that you think of as American food, a lot of that has come from California, especially these days. Just like the fresh, the local, all of that stuff came straight across the country from California. So,
no, it did not.
Oh, you know.
No, I'm going to argue with you because I have been growing stuff in my garden for longer than Alice Waters has been farming.
No, okay. I'm just talking about on a bigger scale. Never mind, I take it back.
Take it back.
All right.
The Northeast,
Northeast is so much better than California.
No, I'm not saying that. We have all of us who really cared about good food have been cooking good food.
I'm not trying to give her credit.
Your family, the hippies no, they were the originals. They lived in Woodstock and they grew everything.
We did have a huge garden.
You raised your own chickens.
We did.
You know, you forgot your own family, Sarah.
Forgetting my own heritage, not giving credit where credit is due. You're totally right. So these are really cute little pies. They're blackberries.
Sarah loves to make pies as much as I do.
It's probably my favorite thing.
Oh, so here's a round for you.
Martha has what we call a tender pie crust, which is basically like a pâte sucrée. So it's got a little bit of egg yolk in it and some sugar, and it's like our basic
out really
pâte
well.
brisée. I'm mixing together 5 cups of blackberries, 1.5 pounds, 3/4 of a cup of sugar, and 2 tablespoons of cornstarch.
Okay.
Super duper
because
simple.
Blackberries are very, 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 very juicy.
Yes, very juicy, and they have a tendency to be a little bit tart. So it depends, taste your berries because they can be really sweet or kind of not that sweet.
And this fits so well right into. If you can find a ring cutter that is exactly the right size to fill your tart shell. Yeah, we need one more.
That is really nice, but if you can't, you can always use a bowl or do it freehand because you're going to trim them anyway.
Yeah, but these are so pretty.
So 3/4 of a cup of the mixture goes right in the center.
Okay.
It's like more like a cup, but so you want to mound it just slightly in the center. It makes it easier to top them off, and then a teaspoon of butter for each, cut into tiny little perfect cubes.
A teaspoon? That's a lot.
Well, you can do less, but I like the richness that
I'm not saying it's too much. I just said it's a lot. It's never too much butter.
I know. I agree with you. I hate to say it, but butter really...
Spread it out a little bit.
Exactly. So it adds, richness. It helps thicken. And then take your second round of dough and put it on top, and then just press the edges together.
You don't want any flour.
If you're having a hard time pressing the edges together, you can use a tiny bit of egg wash if necessary. But these are removable bottom tart pans. And you'll see later we remove the bottoms and they're just so cute. So these just need to chill for at least 30 minutes, 15 to 30 minutes. It depends. You can put it in the freezer, put it in the fridge. Once they're chilled.
Don't forget them.
Don't forget them. Well, if you forget them, it's not the worst thing in the world, but might take a little bit longer to cook if they're too cold.
Okay, I think these look very, very neat.
Okay, so then an egg wash.
With a little bit of heavy cream.
Yep. They're going to bake, once you put the egg wash on and sprinkle them with sugar, you have to cut some vents. And then they bake at 425 for about 30 minutes. And then you reduce the temperature to 375 for 30 more minutes. So they bake for a full hour, which people might be surprised to see. So you can sprinkle with sugar or sanding sugar. Make sure you put vents in.
The secret of really good fruit pies is that before you take them out of the oven, the center of that little pie or tart has to be bubbling.
Yep.
Has to be. Otherwise, you're going to have a real watery pie.
Exactly. So once you do that, you sprinkle them with sugar. Make sure you vent them because that also helps with evaporation, and they won't be watery, and the juices will thicken. And after they're baked, they look like this. They're really, really cute. You remove them from the tart pans once they're completely cool, and you can see that they're completely transportable.
So pretty. Oh, I'm trying to finish mine.
I know, but...
they're so beautiful. And that egg wash really helps get that
nice
crust,
golden crust.
color.